Hey guys, it's Blair. I'm going to apologise in advance for looking like shit. I'm still a bit sick, but I have been wanting to do this tag for so long, and I've just been trying to get my thoughts around how to explain my story and, yeah, put it out there without sounding really tired and depressed. I was lying in bed just before feeling like shit, pretty much, and I'm reading Until I Die, and I finished reading a paragraph and I sat back and I was like, I don't think I could give this up ever. I don't think I could ever give up reading. I was a bit worried because I haven't read that many books this month, sorry. I haven't even finished one, and I was a bit worried because it's not really like me, and I thought, oh god, first of all, people are going to be like, oh god, where are you, what happened to you, are you okay? And then I thought, that's just so weird. What happens if, like, I went back to the times when I only read one book, and like one book a year, and that just scared the shit out of me, like literally scared the shit out of me. And I thought, oh my god, how much has YouTube actually changed me as a person? Not in a bad way, in a good way. And how much of an impact you guys have made on me and my reading and my passion for reading. I don't feel alone. So, I've been watching so many tags, and basically, I'm just getting around to watching Bunny's tag, actually, who she started the whole tag. And so I thought that while I can, I'm going to get my story out there. It may be muddled and rambly, but it's my story and I just like to share it. Okay, so the first question that she asks is, how did you come to Booktube and why did you start making bookish videos? I've got a really terrible memory, so I can't pinpoint the exact time or the reason why I came to YouTube, but I think what happened was I was buying a lot of books. I think I probably had maybe 50, 60 books on my shelf that time period when I started, which is about 2 years ago. Maybe even more, let's just say 100 or something. And I went online and I typed in books or book clubs, because I was living in a small country town. They had a book club, but it was full of a lot of very older men and women, like in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and maybe a 22-year-old. I just felt like I didn't have that place to talk about things. I didn't have that place to talk about books. Now, I'd finished reading Twilight, and I had already gotten to going to Big W department stores and picking up random YA books, but I never knew that there was so many out there. And so I went on YouTube and I typed in book club and something, I think it was Laura, who is now Bookish Belle, I believe. Her channel came up and she was doing book hauls, and I was like, book hauls, what the hell? Like, I'd heard of scrapbooking hauls before, but not book hauls. And so I clicked on it and I started to watch her videos, and I watched, I think, probably about 10 or 12, and I had a whole list of books, just a whole list of books that I wanted to get my hands on, that I just had to buy. And around that time I did have a little bit more money than I do now. And so I did. I went to Kmart, I went to Big W, I went to any of the bookstores that I could find, and I picked up probably about as much books as I possibly could. And back in those days, it was very likely that I would pick up 10 books a week. And it just got way out of hand. And yeah, so I found other booktubers from Laura's video, Dylan, Melissa, Priscilla, Richard. Oh god, I hate being put on the spot. I can't remember everyone's name, but you guys know all those wonderful booktubers. And so this outlet that I needed, it was there. I could express myself, And I'm a very passionate person about books. Even when I'm very tired, I'm very passionate inside. So it was a beautiful way for me to just explore the world around me and the world inside me, and the world of books that I could not explore with other people. Now, my partner is a very, very big reader as well, but he is a different kind of reader. I do read some of the same books that he does, but he often doesn't read the same books that I do. So I can talk to him till the cows come home about books, but there wasn't a place like that for me in my real world where I could just, yeah. And I didn't have a lot of friends. Actually, I didn't have any friends back then, because a lot of the people in my life were, let's just spend my money on alcohol, cigarettes, or clubs, and they didn't understand. They just didn't. So when I came on YouTube, it was like, oh my god, I have found a place that I can call home. And I did. I spent most of my day reading and just loving the books, and could not wait until I got online and started making vlogs. And I can't remember the time that I did that, but I remember when I first got onto YouTube, Deborah at Deborah's Book Cafe was one of those people who really stood by me. She is one of the most beautiful, wonderful people I have ever met, and she has been a brilliant friend throughout my whole YouTube journey. And she was there when, I had my ups and downs, and when I started out, I used to get comments like, are you a beached whale? What happened to your face? You shouldn't be in front of the camera, you're so ugly. You shouldn't be reading these books, they're not for you. How about you drop 20 pounds? And the first few times that those comments did come up, I was pretty shitty. I actually responded to them. I thought, you know what, I'm going to have to justify the reason why I have this channel. And then it got to the point where I was like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm so tired of people making fun of me. I'm so tired of these stupid idiots just destroying my passion for reading. And then it got to the stage where I was like to my partner, I can't do this. It's just, I had enough of it in my life. I had it. This was like someone coming into my home and infiltrating my life and tearing it apart. So, and then he said, why do you care so much? Why? Because you know that you have like 10 subscribers. Shouldn't you be thinking about those 10 subscribers rather than that one person who obviously doesn't want to say anything nice to you, who doesn't have the guts to make a valid opinion on the book that you're reading? And I said, oh, I'm so stupid. I should have thought of that, but you don't. And you guys are gonna, when you first start YouTubing and booktubing, I'm gonna say it, you will probably get some trolls, and you'll probably get some stupid ass people who are just there to make your life a misery because they've got nothing better to do with their time. I just say, make sure that even if you've got 1 subscriber, that you think about them. Whenever you're down, or you're not having a good time here, or you're finding it hard, talk to that one person. Talk to the people that are commenting on your videos and saying how much they enjoyed your review, or commenting on your book hauls and saying, oh my god, I want that book. Talk to them. Talk to them and be passionate about reading. Don't let those people who are dicks get in the way of your enjoyment. And so I stayed online, and I don't think I've ever looked back. I think I have been back and forth, with hard times in my life, weaning myself away from YouTube, but I could never give it up. I just don't think I could, because the more people I have met, the more passionate I've become, and that's when the book buying bit comes in. You are going to want to buy every book under the sun when you first start, and that's just, I think, it's like anything when you start, too much of a good thing can be too much of a good thing. But after a while, you'll find your groove, and it really depends on how much money you have and things like that. Because my money situation's changed. I can't buy 10,000 books, so I change to the library, or when I do get books, I make hauls. But back last year, I kept lists of the books that I bought, and I was buying 50-60 books a month. That's just insane. That is just insane. And the more hauls that I watched, the more the books I bought, the more things I added to my wish list. And you know what? Majority of those books are actually still sitting on my shelf, and they haven't even been touched. So this year I set myself a goal to try and read some of those books first and foremost. And I think it was around the time that I moved, I thought, okay, I know I would like to have all the books under the sun. I know I want to be talking with these guys about these wonderful books that are out, but I can't afford to buy every book. So what I'm doing now is I'll buy the odd book that I really would like to buy, but mostly I'm still collecting series, and I find that I'm reading more that way because I'm getting through series quicker. And if there is a series I'd like to start, I still buy the book, but I like to read a few books in between. And I sometimes read the book first and then I'll buy the second book, whereas usually in the past I would buy the whole series before I've even read it. And I find for me, it's most often the times that I buy the whole series that I read the first book and I don't like it, and I end up having to give away 5 books. So things have changed. But yeah, so bringing it back, that's kind of how I started, and I read things online, and I found Goodreads through YouTube, and I continued to watch all these wonderful videos, and I continued to comment, because I comment on pretty much every single video that I watch, even if I just say that is awesome. Because for me, that's why I'm here. I'm here to share my opinions, talk to you guys, share my love of books, share my love of life. I really do love life. Even when I'm sick, I still love life. And I like to show you things about my life, you know. This is a coaster I'm using. Isn't that fantastic? Isn't it wonderful that I can show you this coaster that I'm using and share it with the world? Because that's why we're here. That's why we're all here. And yeah, so my book room is, I have a room for my books now. I literally have a room. Back when I started my channel, I had a bookshelf, and I had about 3 shelves, which my partner allowed me to keep my numerous books on. But yeah, it's grown, and you know what? It's thanks to YouTube and you guys out there. You're to blame. You're to blame for my extra room. Well, I wouldn't blame you guys, because I love you guys. And I continue to love you, and will continue to support you guys. And I know that you guys will continue to support me. And I would just like to say to anyone who is thinking about starting a book channel, do it. If you are passionate about books, if you are passionate about life, if you want to find a home, if you are trying to seek a community, if you want to explore different parts of your life, different books, if you're scared of exploring different books, YouTube is out there for you guys. And I know a lot of people that I've read around have problems because they're younger and their parents are a little bit wary. And what I would suggest is, yes, do respect your parents, but when you can, don't be scared, because I guess life is about taking a risk. And for me, I still have self-confidence issues, but taking that one step, it's brought a whole different meaning to my life, and it will bring a whole different meaning to yours, and you will find so many beautiful people and wonderful friends on here, on Goodreads, through blogs, and you'll have an amazing time. And the first few weeks are going to feel like someone is digging their nails into your flesh and pulling little bits of skin off. That's how it felt for me. But that doesn't last long. I think once you get past the fear and get on the camera and start talking about the things that you love, everything else will dissipate. You will fall in love with it. And if you don't feel bad. If you feel like you can't or don't want to do it anymore, don't. If it makes you unhappy, don't. But if it makes you happy, keep going, and if there people comment and if people troll you, just ignore it. Focus on the people who love you, who are commenting on your videos and supporting you. And yeah, just have fun. That is the main thing. Have fun. Be an ass. And I don't mean an asshole. Be an ass. Be silly. Have fun. Dance. You know, read passages of books out. I would love to hear more people read passages of books. I think that's awesome. Especially at night time when you have drank too much caffeine. Do it at night time when you drank too much caffeine, because that is hilarious. Or for those adults. I wouldn't suggest for young adults. But sometimes it would be funny if you're a little bit tipsy and then you read something, because I think that's hilarious. But, yeah. But that's me. And I love books. I love life. I love you guys. The best time of my life is coming on here. When I'm having a bad day at TAFE, when I'm having a fight with my boyfriend, when I'm feeling sick, I log onto YouTube, I watch a few videos, and I don't need medication. You guys are my drug, which is weird, but yeah. Okay, so I think I've answered pretty much all the questions. Oh, why do I stay? I think I pretty much told you guys that. I stay because of you. I stay because of me. I stay because of books and my growing passion and my life, and I have found so many freaking awesome books, so many authors that I've been able to talk to, which is just awesome. I've been able to speak to some of my favorite authors, and that to me is amazing. I've been able to meet so many great people that they're going to be in my heart for my entire life. Whatever happens, they're going to still be there, and I'm going to look back at them and say, these are the people who shaped part of me. These are the people who accepted the fundamental parts of myself that I could not express to anyone else. And I stay because I could never leave. I just can't. So I'm going to leave the link here down below to the questions and to Bunny Kate's tag, and hopefully this video came out okay. Yeah. So I want to welcome all my new subscribers. I want to say to all the people out there who are wanting to start a bookish vlog, do it. And if you do start one, come down here, leave your link below, I'll check you out, and we will be on our way to sharing the journey together. And yeah, I think that's all pretty much. Okay guys, bye.